Here, we're about to best buddy this Gallade, and we're about to get into some other stuff. It feels good to be back doing videos. I could have did videos for y'all over the last few days, but it wouldn't have been right. I would have just been reaching and putting up anything. So I just said forget it. But the Gallade is actually really pretty. It's pretty good. It's pretty good in the Master League. I like it. I've won a lot more. I won like 90% of my battles in the Master League. So it's pretty good. I think I won a few in the Ultra League too. Can't really remember me doing it, but yeah, it's pretty good. So if you got one, I just so happen to get lucky and I happen to get one. If y'all want to go see the God of War, y'all can check out the God of War. I forgot exactly what number that is for y'all, but it was a while ago. I think that was like last year, but you'll be able to find it. All you gotta do is, put it in the search bar and it'll pop up. Should pop up. But yeah, Glad is pretty good. I like it. Now we waiting for that Mega to come out. Probably finna come out soon. Maybe over the winter. Maybe over the winter it comes out. Maybe in December it comes out. Or maybe in the spring or something like that. Hopefully it's coming soon. But yeah, we about to get into that. And I gotta go. We about to power up a few Pokemon. I should have checked to see how many. I don't know exactly how many, but we'll go through it on the video to see exactly how many that I have to power up. Maybe it's a decent amount. So maybe I might spend, $1 million or so. I think it's probably like 5, maybe 4 or 5 that I have to power up. So I'm definitely finna spend some stardust for y'all. And let me get to it real quick before I get to talking or whatever. Alright, so the car went down. It was a bunch of BS going on. So I was trying to fix the car myself without paying a large amount of money because the problems that I had weren't even that bad. But on my car, the way it's built for it to be. They made it so you can't really do stuff on your own. It's made so you have to take it to the shop and then they can overcharge you for everything. So the alternator was hard to replace, but I found somebody to help me do it because my cousin couldn't do it because he couldn't get to the retention belt. And I couldn't get to the retention belt either, but I found somebody that could. So you had to take off the tire. You had to take off the passenger side tire to get to the retention belt, just to put the belt back on the car. Because if you don't know about when you change your alternator, you got to take the retention, you got to take the belt off the car. You got to take the belt off not off the car, but off the alternator to change the alternator. So in my alternator, you got to get down. It's right there, but it's like most people alternators on top of the car. Like it's right in your face. Mine, you can see it, but you got to get down there to get to it. So you got to take off what's it called? I think the antifreeze hose to get to it. So you got to take that off just to get to the alternator. Then you got to undo it, which is too far down. So you got to struggle with it a little bit. It's hard. Everything is hard on my car. So even taking the damn battery out of my car is hard because it's not on the top of the engine. It's like actually underneath the damn engine, which is crazy. So you got to take off the wheel to get to that. So I had to change that battery like 3 times, but it's all a bunch of mess, man. So I was trying to fix it. But I got the alternator changed. Car still didn't start. So all this, I still had to go to work. So I had missed one day of work, and I still had to go to work. So I really didn't have time to do nothing. So the first day I had to wait for the alternator. I had to wait like 2 days because I bought it off Amazon. So I had to wait because they got ridiculous prices at AutoZone and Advanced Auto Parts for a damn alternator. That one wanted like almost $500. The other one wanted like $400, and one of them was brand new, and the other one was like rebuilt. So I was like, hell no. I was like, man, it ain't even that serious. Like, cause if you don't know what you're doing, people will get over on you. So I was like, all right, I can wait, because my Uber account was down for like 4 days too, cause they told me I needed a background check, which is crazy because my background ain't changed. But sometimes Uber just get on one of their little soapboxes, and they want to like act like you done something, and then they want to do a background check like something finna change. So I wasn't able to move anyway. I was down on my Uber account for like 4 or 5 days, maybe 6 days. I have to look. It was crazy because it's only supposed to take a couple of days, 2 business days, 2 or 3 business days, they said. So I'm like, all right, man, y'all tweaking. So I wait on the alternator. I get the alternator. My cousin told me he couldn't do it in between that. Then I had to find somebody. I found this dude that do it for like $300 because, like I said, it's worth the $300 to pay somebody to do it. Because I couldn't do it myself because I couldn't get to the retention belt. So I'm like, all right, Buddy gonna do it. Buddy changed the alternator, but I burned my battery out in the process. So he changed the alternator. You know, when you change the alternator, the car's supposed to start right up. Car didn't even start right up. So I couldn't get it. I couldn't get the car. I couldn't get the car started. I jumped the car, but I couldn't hit the start button for it to start. So I got the car back to the house. I'm skipping over everything and stuff like that. I'm skipping over all that stuff. But I'm finna hurry up and end this for y'all because I know y'all want to get back to this stuff. But I end up. All right. Cause I'm over here tweaking. So let me pause that. On my car, if the check engine light come on and it says change battery or alternator, it means change the battery. If the battery light comes on my car, that means the alternator is bad. So again, if the check engine light come on and it says change battery or alternator, that means the alternator is bad. If the battery light come on, that means the alternator is bad. So I got the battery light coming on, so that means the battery ain't charging the alternator. So that means the alternator not charging the battery. So we do. So I'm like, okay, it's still not working. So I'm like, I think some dude must have did something wrong. But I'm like, I watched them put it in. I watched them put the alternator in the first time. The first time I watched them put it in. So he put the alternator on, and I had to drive the car back to the house. He like drive for 20 minutes. So I drove the car back to the house. I got 99% of the way home, and the car shut down on me. So one of my neighbors tried to give me a jump, but that didn't work. So I had to put the car in neutral and push the car back in my parking spot. And I'm steady trying to figure out what's going on. So I'm like, all right, man. My cousin, he was like, man, change the battery. And I'm like, what you mean change the battery? The battery brand new. I just got that battery. So he like, man, it don't matter. He was like, you drove on it when you wasn't supposed to drive on it, so you might have messed it up. So I'm like, all right, man, something ain't right. So I'm like, at this point, I just burned $300 on that. So I was like, all right, let me get this battery out. So I went to work. I took the battery out. So I gotta take the driver's side wheel off just to get. So I had to jack the car up, take the driver's side wheel off just to get to the battery. Take the battery out. Take the battery to Battery Plus, because that's where I got that battery from. They told me that they had to wait a whole day to charge it. So I was like, nah, I ain't gonna wait a whole day. So I ended up taking it to AutoZone. Cause AutoZone, they tell you to charge the battery in an hour. So I'm like, all right. I get back to the AutoZone. Me and my guy Muhammad. They tell me this is a bad battery. So I'm like, all right, man, forget it. So now I'm getting frustrated. So now we go back to the Battery Plus, get it to them. I'm like, all right. So I ride with Muhammad for a minute. We talking, and I end up, he dropped me off at home. I go to work the next day. I ride with my grandma. So my grandma, because me and my grandma work at the same school. So I work at my school with my grandma. So my grandma take me up to the battery place. We get the battery. I go back home, put the battery back in the car. I had to jump the car again. Now again, when you put a new alternator in the car, it should start right up. Or like sometimes they say you're supposed to you can get a jump, but everything's supposed to be cool after that. So I put the jump. Now the battery light's still on. So I'm like, all right, man. Now I'm tripping. So I'm thinking I got a bad alternator now. Because sometimes you could get a bad alternator, but I'm like, I ain't never had that happen to me before. If you get a bad alternator, it normally take time for it to burn out, like maybe a few weeks, maybe a couple months, and it burn out. Not you put it in there and it don't work. So I'm still dumbfounded on what the problem is. The whole time, the shop I went to, dude steady calling me, and he asking me, he checking in to make sure everything okay, which I appreciate. So I'm telling him like, nah, man, something ain't right. I don't know if dude put it in wrong or something like that. So me and him, I'm going back and forth to work, and me and him steady talking. So I order another alternator, but my cousin steady talking about, man, just buy a new battery. But I'm like, man, I ain't finna buy no new battery. It's a whole new battery I just put in here. This battery, he like, man, the coils could be messed up. And I'm like, all right, man. So I went, it's an AutoZone like down the street from the school I work at. So I went to the AutoZone. I just said, forget it. I bought a battery. And went back home, put that battery in the car, took the other one out. Put that battery in. Alternator is still popping up to where the battery light's still on. So the alternator's still not charging the battery. So I'm like, all right. So dude told me to bring the car, and I end up getting a new alternator, another one from Amazon. So dude was like, man, bring it back. He was gonna have dude put it in there again. So I told Buddy, now this way it get more frustrating, because Buddy told me, he was like, man, I want you to drive the car to O'Reilly's. It's one up the street. So I'm like, look, man, if I drive on this battery, just the battery, the car gonna cut off either before I get there or when I get there, and the battery gonna burn out. It's gonna mess up the battery. So he like, no, you should be good, man. He's like, just take it over there and have them run a diagnostic test, because something else might be wrong. I'm like, I did the diagnostic test because I got the little piece you put in there. So he like, nah, just take it over there, man, because you might not be able to see everything. So I'm like, all right, man. Now I knew what was gonna happen. I'm like, I knew this. The car was gonna mess up soon as I got there. So right when I was about to turn up into the O'Reilly spot up there, up here on Roosevelt and Holman in Chicago. For people that don't know, Roosevelt and Holman, it's a little strip mall area where it's a bunch of stores up in there. So it's an O'Reilly's in there. So I get in there, car turn off. So I'm like, man, now I know I'm not gonna be able to get back because because it's gonna have to be towed back because the car can't be started now. So now the battery messed up. Only way the car could get started again and jump, either I gotta pull that battery out and let the battery be charged, or I gotta buy a whole new battery. So I'm like, I'm not finna spend no money on another battery to put in here. So dude was like, man, I'll push you back to the house. So now he gotta push my car, gotta put the car in neutral. He gotta push me like a few blocks just to get back to the shop over there where he was at, so he can put the other alternator in. So I'm pissed off, but I'm trying to stay calm because this dude, I done told this dude just put the other alternator in there. So long story short, he pushed me back to his house. He pushed me back to his shop, and he changed the alternator. Now he put the new alternator in there, took the other new alternator out, the other one that he put in out. So he put the new one in there. All of a sudden he say the connector that connects from the engine to the alternator is broken. So like, what you mean is broken? So it's not, the wire's still connected, but the piece supposed to snap in. If it don't snap in, then the power can't catch. You can put it in there, like you can put it on, but if it don't snap on, like it's supposed to snap on, it ain't gonna work. So I'm like, oh nah. So I'm like, man, you did all this work and the snap was broken the first time. You could have left the alternator in there. So he broke the snap. He broke the snap the first time, and he just figured out he broke the snap. So the whole time I'm playing, man, this whole situation could have been fixed because he could have fixed the damn snap. He could have fixed the piece, the damn piece that go on there. So I don't. He told me, he was like, man, go see if you can find the piece. So I'm looking it up before I leave, and you can't even find this thing. Like, they tell me at the AutoZone and Advanced Auto Parts, they tell me you gotta order it off Amazon, or you gotta go to a junkyard and find a car similar to yours and cut the piece off and rewire it for it to go in there. So I'm like, man, ain't this about to be? So I'm like, I'm on Amazon, it's like $12, but it's gonna take 3 days for it to come. I'm like, man, it's BS. So I'm like, alright, I get back to the house. He jumped my car, rode on the battery back to the house. I put the car in the back there because it was getting ready to mess up again. Alright, so I'm like, alright. My auntie was like, just take the car to the shop she go to, and they gonna fix it. But I'm like, alright, it's just that little piece, that little snap piece that need to be fixed. So I'm like, alright. So my auntie was like, cause it's Sunday now. So it's Sunday and I'm waiting. This Sunday that just passed. So I'm waiting. I'm just sitting there thinking like, man, I need this piece. So Muhammad was telling me, he was like, it's a way you can jimmy it. So he sent me this video for a little trick to fix this, to snap piece without buying a new one. So I did what he asked me to do, and I watched the video. I put the thing in there and then fixed it. Now it worked for a hot second. I got a jump, and it worked for a hot second, but then it didn't work again. So I went. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get the battery charged up because I need to charge the battery again. I take the battery back to the AutoZone. I know y'all like, what the hell is going on? I was I took the battery to the AutoZone. I tried to get it charged. So they told me, come back in an hour. I came back in an hour, then they was like, it's a bad battery. So they're like, since you bought it from us, it's cool. They gave me a whole new one. So I was like, all right, I'm not even finna play. I'll just put the battery in there, put the wheel back on, let the car down. I tried to fix the snap again. Car still wouldn't start. So I'm like, all right, I'm done playing with it. I'm not even finna I'm not even finna mess with it no more. I'm like, it's just gonna go to the shop. So the shop, it's up the street from where I live. So what I do, I had oh, my auntie was like, they'll come to it. So I gave my auntie my key to my truck, and they towed the car for $45 Monday morning. They got it from my auntie while I was at work. So come to find out, I get the car back. I got the car back Wednesday. Nah, they told me like Tuesday. Tuesday they told me he was like it's gonna be 375. And I'm like, just for that little wiring piece? He like, nah, it's more than that. He was like, you got $375 worth of work. So I was like, all right, man. He was like, we still going over it to make sure we got all the problems fixed. So I'm like, all right. So he was like, we'll tell you everything that's wrong with it once we fix it. He was like, you just need the okay to fix it. So I was like, all right. I told him to fix it. So I'm like, ain't no way, it's just this snap. So I get there Wednesday when I get off of work. I go up there and pay them the $375. I got 3 fuses blown. They rewired that little piece that I'm telling y'all about for the alternator. They rewired the battery, the cables for the battery, because they said I had the 3 fuses blown in the other one. So now, this was a problem a couple months before. My daughter had was in her auntie's car, and she basically ran the battery down. She was sitting there playing in the car and ran the battery down. Now her auntie got a hybrid, so I went to go jump her auntie's car, and my cable. I had some cheap cables from like 7-Eleven or something like that. So I wasn't really thinking nothing of it. So the cables, as I'm looking up a video to how to jump a hybrid, because it's different from a regular car, I connected my cables to my car, and I'm getting ready to jump her car once I figure out how to do it. So I learned how to do it. Whole time I'm looking at the video, her auntie telling me, she like, Maurice, your car burning up. I'm like, who car burning up? Hey, my car. I look back, the cable's burning. Man, I snatched them cables out of there so fast, man. It wasn't even funny, man. That was like, I ain't never had no jumper cables burn up, because you're not supposed, when you put jumper cables on your car, you're not supposed to let the other end touch. So they didn't touch. I made sure they wasn't touching, and the cable still burnt up, which is crazy. So that's how I ended up having the problem in my car where 3 fuses was blown. I messed up my battery cables, and that probably burned out my alternator. So that's how all that stuff happened, man. But that was a long story. I'm sorry about that. We'll get back to this. But yeah, that's how I had to end up missing like 10 days, and that's why I wasn't really making no videos and stuff, trying to get the car fixed. And that's what happened. So now we're good to go. Hopefully we don't have no more problems down the line. You're good to go. Now we get back to this. So, alright. So back to the Gallade. I won that first battle. The second one, I don't think that was my fault I didn't win. It just looked like it's a bad matchup. I look like this one probably gonna be a bad matchup too. So now we back, and we back rolling, and the video's gonna start back coming in. I missed a couple weeks. I know I missed some stuff. I missed a lot of stuff. I couldn't really play that psychic event, man. I'm mad about that. Yeah, I'm big mad about that psychic event, man. Because I know I could have got some good stuff. Could have got a couple of shinies that I needed. A bunch of stuff, man. But I guess I needed the break. That's what my guy was telling me. Like, man, it's good for you to take some days off. I'm like, man, I ain't need no days off. What else I need? Yeah. So this should be it. This should be the last 6 I needed. Let me see. Did we get it? Yep. Got him. It's like right on his chest. Alright, so we good to go. There it is. It's ready to be mega evolved as soon as it come out. I got it for my clay, and we good to go. So I got confusion, close combat, and psychic. That's my best combination. It's pretty good in the Master League. Probably okay in the Ultra League. I don't know about the Great League. So we about to switch. We finna switch to another psychic. I think it's Gothica, however you say it. But I think that's the one we switch it to. It's a purified one. Now I got a regular one, but the purified one, I don't care. Either it's still a 4-star. So that was next. But I got probably about 4 or 5 Pokemon that I need to power up first. So let's run through these real quick. We gotta get down real far. I can't remember which ones I need to that I needed to power up. I got a few. Was it this one? Yeah, this is one. Let me see. Yeah, I gotta power up that one. One. That's 194. $194,000 spent. Alright. I don't think we could do it. Nah. We ain't got enough yet. Almost there. We still short. Alright, who next? We ain't got enough. Almost there. We don't have enough. Don't have enough. Alright, so 101, that'll make it, was it 390, 195,000, 395,000. That was two. Let's see. None of these. Definitely none of these. Alright, Intellion. Alright, so that'll be, what's that? That's that 595. So another, what's that, 615. Was it? No, hold on. Nah, it's, yeah, 615. 625. Nah. Yeah, it'll be, let me see, yeah, 10 is, yeah, 615,000. That's what we spent so far. Alright, so we done that. Oh yeah. Alright, this is my first Articuno that I'm finna power up. So that'll be 800,000, 25, that'll be, with that 15, that'll be 840. So 840,000 spent. Remember, my goal is to power up one of every Pokemon. That means one of every Pokemon. One shiny, one shadow, one shiny, one of every shiny, one of every shadow, one of every shadow, one of every shiny, one of every shadow, one of every regular type. And now that the Dynamax stuff come in, it might have to do that, but that's crazy. So, Hippowdon is next. So, we're gonna do Hippowdon. These are not, the only reason I'm going to 40 is because these are not 4-star. I'm not maxing them. They're not 4 stars, they 3 stars. Our only best buddy, my 4 stars. So that'll be, that's a $1,000,000. So another 200 is $1,000,000. what's that, 60 a million. It's almost 1.1. It's 1,065,000. That's what I've spent so far. Alright, so we spent just about 1.1. Alright, so we're gonna keep Earth. Do we switch to earthquake? I don't want fire fan. We need sand attack. That ain't gonna cut it. Damn. I'm not gonna keep using these. I guess we need to use some of these anyway. Sand attack. We good to go. Alright, let's just go back up for a minute. We don't need to change the moveset on that one. Gallade is good. I should have changed them when I was right there, so that looks good. We just gonna keep that moveset. Gonna keep that one. Alright, who else is up here? Surf. We're gonna keep water posts. Alright, we good on that one. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've done 5. That got us to almost 1.1. We about to be over because we gotta do Gothica, however you say it. Alright, so that's next for sure. What we got next time, if we don't get off track, Gothic Tail, that's what it is, Gothic Tail. We got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 Pokemon we need to power up before we get to our next 4-star. I'll reveal the next one when it's time. I ain't gonna tell y'all right now. So if you can see it in there, tell me in the comments which one you think it is. So it's the next 4-star is one of these. 2 4-stars in here that's gonna be next, but I want to know if y'all can tell me which one it is. So that's what we finna switch to. It's finna look weird as a buddy. Definitely gonna look weird as a buddy, man. But hey, it gotta be done. It's next on the list. We will get to better Pokemon down the line, but we here. Maybe the women players, the women trainers out there like this. Maybe some of the guys would too, but it has to be done. It has to be done. Get it out the way so I won't have to worry about it until I have to do shinies again. Alright, so alright, so we gonna go ahead and max it. So we finna spend alright, so that's finna be alright, so what we at? 2, so that's 400,063,700. So we at 1.4 million. That's what I spent. That's what I'm finna spend today. 1.4 million. Just a little bit over. Almost 1.5. Alright, so let's get that out the way. And another move. That's gonna put me at 1.5 right there. So it'll be a million, 1.5 million. So in total it'll be like 1 point, what's it? 1,500,000 to 500,003. So 1.5 million gone. Alright, so we need to check the movesets. So we're gonna have to go with Rock Slide because ain't nothing else up there. Don't need Charm because it's a psychic. Don't want Return. Ooh. Alright, so now we're gonna change Psychic. We're gonna keep Force. Alright, so Future Sight, Rock Slide. Confusion, Future Sight, Rock Slide. Now we go. We done. Alright. Almost done with y'all. You're almost out of here. Let me do 3 battles for y'all so we can get this over with. I got a shiny coffin earlier and it evolves into that Galarian one, so I need to evolve it before it's this event over with. I should do it for y'all now. I was supposed to Mega Evolve this my Gengar for y'all. I was trying to get a raid, but I just remembered now. Hopefully I could get one for y'all. Alright. Almost over with, guys. I don't think Got the Tail gonna be too good. We gonna have to go off. The next couple days. The next couple days in here because we only got today. We only got like 3 days, 3.5 days before we have to finish. Not finish, but before the Master League goes away for a couple weeks. I think on day like it'll be back in about a week and a half. I think not a couple weeks, a week and a half. It's gonna be gone. Oh, you quit, man? Did they quit? I hate when they quit on me. His game probably got frozen though. Well, it happens to me a lot. As y'all know, y'all done been on videos with me when this stuff happens to me. It just take too much time. What you doing here, kitty? You supposed to be in there with Destiny. I was trying to end this in under an hour, but don't look like I'm gonna be able to do that now. I could have took that. We ain't got time to play. We got to get him up out of here. Yep, had to get him on up out of here. Maybe I should have switched, but hey, it is what it is, man. See if you can take a hit. Probably not. Definitely can't take a hit. Definitely can't take a hit. Alright, so I know next time I'm gonna have to switch. Alright, we need one more. Almost done, guys. We gotta do the research task after this. And we out of here. I was hoping it was gonna be a short battle, but this gonna be a long, drawn out one. I hate when they put me up against male metal, man. Damn. Wrong one. Maybe I should have used the rock slide move. Damn. I almost had him. Ooh, I got it in. Finna use that shield. Hopefully. He better. Would give me a battle that's gonna last forever, man. Yeah, I lost this one. I'm gonna put this one on me, man. Cause I could have saved Gothika for last. That's on me. Alright. Yep, we're done there. Couple more things and we out of here. Alright, so what we gotta do. That's BS. Last minute jump. I also think I chose the wrong path. I should have went with shield because I need that 4-star Tyranitar. I wanted a couple of chances at it. We done that. We in here. This should be over with though. I think I don't have that many. I got a decent amount, but not like the other. Yes, was that yesterday or the other day? I don't know what took that so long. Video too long, but if you stayed, I appreciate it. You stayed and watched this boy all the way through. I appreciate it. I was gonna say I don't need another one of them. I already got one. Don't need another one. That's another mega evolved Pokemon. Camera. I got the 4-star. And I think that was actually coming up for me to be best buddy. I'm really not into these Slowpoke, but I do need the 4-stars. I need 2 of these. I got the regular one. I got both of them 4-stars. I need this Galarian one. Ooh, look at that. See if I can get in here for y'all. Dang, I just missed it. Your food in here, Tiny Babe. This just too many. Too many. There it is. We're finally done. Too much time. Alright, I know y'all had enough of me. Appreciate everybody waiting on me. Appreciate y'all following this page. Appreciate y'all hitting the like button. Share, comment, hit the TikTok up. Alright, go out. Catch y'all on the next video.